How did the policeman know that the man who got run over was a banjo player? No skid marks. Or did you hear about in Laverne Station, someone broke in and stole all the toilet seats? It's terrible. Police have got nothing to go on. Or the policeman who went to an apartment and he rang the captain and says, "Captain," he says, "I have a woman here who shot her husband because he stepped on her wet floor." And the captain says, "Have you arrested her?" And he says, "No." He says, the captain says, "Why not?" He says, "The floor's still wet." Two cannibals were talking. One says to the other, he says, "Have you tried one of those missionaries down by the river?" He says, "You mean the ones in the brown habit?" He says, "Yeah, very tasty." And the other guy says, "Oh, I tried one the other day, not so good." He says, "Well, how'd you cook him?" He says, "Well, you know, in the pot, a few carrots, potatoes, celery, onions, boil him up." He says, "Oh, that's your trouble, they're fryers." There was a woman, she was looking after a man, and he had no relatives, and so he left her 30,000 to have him buried. And so somebody was asking, he says, "How did the funeral go?" And she says, "Great." She says, "Spent 5,000 on the funeral, 5,000 on the reception afterwards, and the rest on a memorial stone." She says, "You spent 20,000 on a memorial stone." She says, "How big was it?" She says, 25 carats. Well, there's a woman who sent her husband out, and he went to a bar, sat at the bar, and he asked the barman for gin and tonic with 3 olives. And so the barman delivered the gin and tonic with 3 olives, took a jar out of his pocket and put the olives in, drank the gin. And he ordered another gin and tonic with 3 olives. And he did the same again. And then he did the same again. And then the barman said to him, he says, "Hey," he says, "what's the story here?" And he says, "Well, my wife sent me out to get a jar of olives." There was a guy sitting on the train, and 2 guys come through the carriage, and they were saying, "Is there a Catholic priest on the train? Is there a Catholic priest on the train?" And nobody answered, so they went through the next apartment. Then after a while they came back and said, "Is there a rabbi on the train? Is there a rabbi on the train?" And this guy stood up and he says, "Excuse me," he says, "I'm a Baptist minister, can I help?" And they said, "Oh, you'd be no good at all, we're looking for a corkscrew."